Welcome back, everybody, to Han Took Shots First. I'm Derek.
And I'm Jack.
And today we're here to talk about the entirety of Maul Shadow Lord. A quick short recap of the entire 10-episode series, I'm sure.
Yeah, 10 episodes, but, pretty quick run times, like 23 minutes. There's previously on, there's closing credits, so... I mean, realistically, it's like, 20 minutes an episode?
Yeah, I feel like the longest one is the first one, because it was also the longest one. It was 29 minutes.
Okay.
And it has no previously on. So it means that episode is probably like 24 minutes, 25 minutes.
I feel like the credits were only about a minute or so long.
I never sat through them. I didn't know if it did the Disney Plus thing, that we get on all the shows where, like, you get the credits... And then you get the credits for all the translations and all the different things.
No, I didn't see that, but I only watched the credits for the very last episode because I was like, well, maybe there's a stinger. There's not.
Yeah, I fast-forwarded through them to see.
So I put it on. I was like, I'll wait till it's done. And I was like, oh, it's done. And that was quick.
Yeah, this show's brand new, 2026. It just concluded on May 4th. Created by, you guessed it, Dave Filoni and a guy named Matt Miknovitz, who apparently has been working with Star Wars a lot, because he looks like he wrote for Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, Tales of the Underworld, Tales of the Empire, and he also wrote the story for Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay. I wonder if he did both of them.
It said additional writing on Jedi Survivor, so he might have went into, like, make sure things mesh or something.
Gotcha. Kind of a Bible guy.
Yeah. Apparently, he was also a big guy on the 24 back in the day.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. This guy shaped my life. Something I like, something I don't like, just real quick. I love that we're getting more hashed out story of Maul. Like, that's really awesome to me. Because, like, I've read a lot of the comics, and, that's fun, but this is great. And we've talked before about how in animation you can go buck wild on the lightsaber duels and the alien races and all that. We couldn't have gotten this as a live action show. We just couldn't have. It would have been more expensive than Andor. Which that's ridiculous. Something I don't like, though, is Filoni is only doing these characters. I typically have a problem watching a show where I know who can and can't die.
Yeah.
And this was good. I did enjoy this a lot, actually, just to spoil it. But yeah, I would love to see, and maybe that's what we're gonna have happen with one of these characters in here, is they will get their own arc.
Well, I mean, it looks like they're setting up Devon Izara for a storyline down the line. And
I mean, there was Darth Talon, which is no longer canon, but that's a red Twi'lek Sith, and George Lucas loved her. But,
okay, so maybe they're setting her up for that. I mean, she's more like pink, but
yeah, but maybe you just change it. Yeah,
yeah,
you change it, and you just be like, hey, this is our version of Darth Talon. They might not even call her that, but they might.
Well, I guess they wouldn't, because he's not Darth Maul anymore, right? He's not aligned with the Sith.
But we don't know, jumping way ahead, we don't know what's going to happen. I know how his story ends, and it ends without her.
Okay.
So that's the best I can give you right now. He basically, he's going to show back up in Rebels, and he's going to have a hard-on for getting Ezra as his apprentice.
Okay. Yes.
But his intention is still the same, though, in Rebels. In Rebels, his intention is like, fuck Sidious, I'm bitter. Like, he still has that Sith hatred. It's just not aimed at Jedi, it's aimed at Sidious, and we see why.
So, yeah, I mean, because I guess I don't know where all the cartoons fall. You can probably help me with this, but there is no given time frame for this, but people said it's probably about a year after the end of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, because you can look at the Stormtrooper's helmet is not those Stormtroopers that we know. They still have like that separate kind of, I don't know, bucket helmet to it. It's not one big seamless thing.
You see, it's
At
harder.
least that's what I was noticing.
It's harder for me to pick that stuff out because, like, I've mentioned before that I didn't like the animation of Clone Wars.
Which you're not supposed to. It's terrible.
The animation on this is much better, but the
Much.
character designs are still pretty much the same because they keep it in universe. Like the character designs kind of flow through all of them. Where like humanoid characters are all kind of like lanky and long, and like it's kind of different. So I wasn't sure about the stormtrooper uniforms because I was like, well, it's that Clone Wars design.
Yeah, is it intentional or not?
Yeah.
Speaking of the animation, they have this like filter over it that I like, almost cell shading, and it starts to look like hand painted.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable on Maul when he's up close. I very much enjoy that.
Yeah, and it's on all the characters to an extent, especially anything that's with armor or a mask or whatever. You can really see it. Yeah, it has like a brush kind of aesthetic to it, and it's really cool looking.
This is probably my favorite animation from Disney. Not the Rebels is a better story, hands down. This is my favorite looking animation.
Yeah, I had a really good time with it. And speaking of, you were talking about the lightsaber battles. We'll get to that, but like,
oh yeah,
there's so many toward the end of this, and like the big one at the end has like, there's like a moment that they put in so that they could sell fucking cool ass posters.
Oh yeah, and I'll buy one.
Like I rewound it because Whitney was watching the end of it with me. Kind of, she was here. And I rewound it to show her that specific one where it's like, what is it? It's Daki, Devon, the two Inquisitors, and Darth Maul, and they all kind of end up locking lightsabers.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all different ways. And like it freeze frames for just a second, and I was like, "There's the poster."
And it may be to sell a poster. It might also be like, look at how fucking cool this is. We're gonna pause on this because of the work we did to make it look this cool. And I appreciate it about him.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I'm being cynical because it's Disney and it's Star Wars,
you might not be wrong. Disney will posterize it.
Yeah, I don't think the animators did it to make a poster. I think the animators did it because they were like, "This is fucking cool."
Yeah.
But then someone at Disney or Dave Filoni was like, "Freeze frame."
And speaking of the lightsabers, you and I had talked off camera earlier about the effect. I don't think it's anything to do with like a synthetic crystal. I think this is the artist's rendition of lightsabers. They have this extra crackly kind of bit to it. It's hard to explain. It's like an unstable aura.
Yeah, because it's more noticeable on the red ones, and at first you only see Maul's red one. And I had mentioned it to you, and you said like you said
Then
maybe
I took
maybe
out my
it's-
red one.
you said maybe it's because of that, but then you see the Inquisitors both have it as well.
Yeah, yeah, and even Devon and Deki.
Yeah, Deki or
Yeah.
Daki, I can't remember.
Or Daki, Doki, Deki.
Dennis Haysbert.
Dennis Haysbert for sure, which you called right away. Because as soon as he started talking, I was like, is that him? I was like, oh yeah. He said like one word. I was like, it's him. But yeah, even theirs have it. It's just not nearly as pronounced. So it's much like when we did Obi-Wan, they changed the glow of the lightsaber. And I can appreciate that each artist gets to do a little bit something else. Because, I mean, the original trilogy lightsabers don't look exactly like the ones in Acolyte.
Yeah.
You know, it's everybody's got a little different one.
The lightsabers look really cool. The battle, and this actually makes that stupid fucking spinning thing seem useful and intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, these are some of the stronger Inquisitors we've gotten. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because these guys are better at it and they know what they're doing. Also, like we said, animated. Because the only one I've seen is the bald dude from Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, with his spinning thing, and he's just like slowly walking and spinning it, and I'm like, neat, real scary, dude.
I can't wait till you see how Ahsoka gets her crystals. It's awesome.
But yeah, this story takes place on Janix. And I just, right out of the gate, I was like, well, this is pretty cool because, so we do get into the Jedi, Sith, lightsaber, cosmic battle type stuff that Star Wars is known for.
Sure.
But right out of the gate, this is just a heist with a bunch of Mandalorians and Zabraks. It's just like a normal crime heist. And I was like, yeah, cool. I want to see street level crime. Like,
Absolutely. I mean, there is the grand scheme of Star Wars in this, but it's also like, here's the day in the life of a person on Janix, like a fucking, what's his name? Captain Lawson.
yeah. We have this guy who's a Gran apparently, Nico
Uh-huh.
Demus.
He's a huge Grand though. You've seen Grands before, but they're much smaller than this.
Okay, I mean, there's a
This guy's
couple guys
fucking
that are a lot bigger in
huge.
this. The Pike leader is pretty fucking huge too,
Yeah.
with
Well, you
all
know
of
what?
his
I
like
like that
Aztec
though.
gear on. Yeah.
I like seeing. We've talked before different Trandoshans, Ithorians. Like they're not all going to look like Emperor. All right. They are coming to this galaxy without speaking basic. Some of them just mumble, and I heard they're eating the Loth cats.
You build a space wall and they'll
It'll
pay
be the
for it.
best space wall ever. No one's ever seen a space wall like this one.
The Trandoshans will pay for it.
Or we're gonna bomb the shit out of them.
There's just one race I could pull off the top of my head real quick.
You know what he did? What Emperor did to the Geonosians? Like he fucking sterilized and wiped out that, like genocided them.
They're the clone ones, right?
No, they are the ones that had Anakin and Padme in the fighting pit.
Oh, okay.
You were thinking of, what did I say? Geonosians, right?
Yeah.
You think of Kaminoan.
Kaminoan. Okay.
Yeah,
Kind
it's a lot of
kind of
O's
the
and-
same
yeah.
thing, but not at all.
You know what? Honestly, dude, it was the prequels. Who can fucking blame me for forgetting?
But apparently, this Nico Demus guy, I was like, the voice sounds kind of whatever. So like, he's not really in it. He dies very early.
Yeah.
So, but I went and looked him up anyway, and apparently it's John Carroll Lynch doing his voice. Who is he's an character actor. He's the big guy that plays Drew Carey's brother or whatever in the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, bald guy.
Yeah, Mimi's boyfriend.
Yeah, he's in 1,000 things. I think he's been on the main feed before, and we were struggling just to be like, what else would you know him from?
I think Fargo.
Yeah, he's in that the Chicago 7, that Aaron Sorkin one.
But he's in a million
Ended up
things.
pretty
He's one
good
of those
despite
guys.
Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne, your favorite actor.
Someone dehydrated an actor and put him on screen and called him Eddie Redmayne.
And when we meet Maul, we get like this riff on Duel of the Fates, which is cool because that's like his theme, right? So, got to hear that like 3 times throughout this. That's pretty cool.
Also, the Duel of the Fates is relevant in this series because of Devon.
Yeah,
So it makes sense not only to reuse it, the music in this is top notch. Like there's this dark, ominous, like fucking note they hit when Maul's there.
Yeah.
And it's like Trent Reznor farting, kind of just so synthy, just
and then we're introduced to our heroes here, I guess. 2 of them at least. Devon, who's a Padawan, voiced by a
Pink
girl
Twillick.
named Gideon Adlon.
Okay.
Who you've watched the show Ghosts, right?
Oh yeah.
She
Is she
plays
Flower?
She plays Abby. So she's the girl. I had to ask Whitney because I wasn't sure. I've only kind of watched it with her. I think I don't know if you've
Abby.
watched the whole thing, but she's the
Yeah.
girl who is the daughter of the tech bro ghost.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We just saw her in something else too. I can't remember. And then the Jedi Master Iko Diodaki. He's a
Iko Diodaki.
Mosik. I don't know. Lizard man.
I'd say Mosick.
Played by Dennis Haysbert of Major League and Allstate fame.
Of course, Andy President Palmer on 24. Hello.
And then Captain
Fuck you,
Brander.
Jobu.
I'm glad we don't hear his first name a lot because Brander is a stupid name.
Yes.
But Captain Brander Lawson, this guy, Wagner or Moura, he's Brazilian. He just got nominated for Best Actor this last year.
Oh,
And
nice.
He was in the
For-
movie the Secret Agent. It was a Brazilian movie.
Okay. He's got a great voice.
Yeah, he's a good actor too. I really enjoyed him in this. And then Two Boots, his droid buddy, whose voice I picked out right away.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Richard Ayoade.
He was voice of another robot in the Mando season 2, methinks, but it could have been 1.
That's what it was on. It was Mando because Whitney was like, "Hey, that's that guy from the IT crowd," and I was like, "Yeah, I think Jack said he's played a couple of robots on here."
It was season 1 because they broke it. It's fucking Bill Burr, and they had to go in the prison and fucking break that guy out, you know?
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the robot there. Okay.
A lot more modulation. This is much more of him just having this kind of voice anyway.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of the droids in Star Wars are New Zealanders or Australians.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't they be? Put a little fucking flavor on it.
Two Boots is mostly like a comedic relief throughout the series. He does get some like major story points, but especially toward the end when he like realizes that because he's all about following protocol.
Yeah.
And at the end when he realizes the Empire isn't what his programming has told him and he like turns to help his friends, he gets a lot funnier to me at least. Like there's the whole thing toward the end where they're going through the underground caverns and they find like a river of toxic waste and he's like disposed of illegally. I'm gonna report this. And like Lawson and Darth Maul both stopping and giving him like a lifted eyebrow, like what? He's like, you know what,
nope,
maybe not important right now.
Another time. Yeah, he's good, he's perfect. I mean, why wouldn't a droid follow his programming, you know?
Yeah.
I was programmed to believe Empire good.
And Darth Maul's thing here, like he was obviously in charge of the Zabraks and Mandalorians that are doing the heist, but also he's looking for an apprentice to help him kill Darth Sidious, and he spots Devon, or he feels her nearby or something after the heist.
He feels her. He says he feels her. He's like, there's an apprentice here, and every time I get close to her, I can feel her or them.
Yeah. And then his right hand Mandalorian,
nice,
Rook Cast, voiced by Vanessa Marshall, who apparently was the voice of Hera Syndulla as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, you get a lot of those people like D. Bradley Baker, just he can voice an entire fucking cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people, I wrote down like one big one, but it's like, oh, they were in Clone Wars and they voiced 43 different things. You know?
Even in this, if you go through, there's almost everybody's like, you know, Rook Cast, Stormtrooper number 3.
And we didn't mention Darth Maul, or Maul, is still being played by Sam Witwer.
The great. He's got this down.
He does a great job because, like, I know it's him because we talked about it, but you can't hear him.
No, he's got a good affectation on it.
Yeah.
It's borderline British.
Yeah, he puts a little bit of a British accent on there.
I mean, he kind of had a blank check, and as soon as they had him be Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, because he has 2 lines in the original.
Yeah.
So in his first appearance. So I mean, you could do whatever you want with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he says next to nothing, and then when he does, I think it's like a single word.
Mm-hmm.
And we also end up meeting Ludi Vario, who's an Alina, I guess.
Yeah, you get to see this race. He's one of the pod racers in Phantom Menace.
Oh, okay. I like this. He's like this little dude. I mean, he annoys me, but he's supposed to. But he's like this little dude who runs around.
I almost thought it was John Lovitz.
Oh. he runs around in this
You're wearing the shit of that coat. Look at that fur coat there. Where'd you get that from? All that drug money?
He runs around in this fucking mech suit that makes him not be a little tiny guy because
I love it.
He's got to go meet up with that Nicodemus guy who is, as we mentioned, gigantic. So
Demos, like, right away, he's like, because he asks like how he's doing. He's like, at least I can fill a suit. Like, he looks like he's doing okay. But Maul is setting up the syndicate to take each other out, kind of. Yeah. Because he got, and I don't always remember what happened at the end of Clone Wars. I know that he took over Mandalore for a bit, which is why he has some of these. This is like remnants of Death Watch kind of thing. Some are mercenaries, but yeah, he started organizing all the, not cartels, but the syndicates and whatnot, all the crime lords. He had them all united, but then they all betrayed him at the very end when they saw that he was maybe weak or fallible. So now he's back.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it a little bit, and then I think I read something.
Oh, that's right. He dueled the Emperor, and the Emperor killed his brother Savage Opress.
Yeah, they show a lot of that in his like panic attack flashbacks toward the end.
Phenomenal duel.
But yeah, I guess I read, I think, and then they mentioned it in this. He took over like all the big crime syndicates at one point, like the Crimson Dawn and whoever, all these guys, the Pikes and everybody else.
Yeah. I think he even had the Hutts at one point.
And he got like booted out of there. So like basically here he's doing like a Yojimbo thing, but for bad guy reasons. Because like they robbed Nicodemus to set up Vario so that they would kill each other. But Vario ends up killing Demas, and then the Darth Maul gang shows up to get him, and then like cops show up right before they can kill him, and they end up arresting Vario and taking him in. which is good for Maul because that's when he goes in to get him and finds Devon in a little bit here.
Dude, the action scenes are so fucking cool right here. He's got his little. Actually, I think it's her droid, or at least I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit more sentient than we think. But it's got this fucking buzzsaw droid that it's not the name of it. Just looks like a fucking saw blade that can just do everything. And it's like shutting people out of these corridors. And Maul's just strolling through, pretty as you please, just taking people out.
I really like this. So the subtitles called it Spybot.
Okay.
But I really like that little dude because, like, he just looks like a flying plate.
Yeah.
So, like, he can go around and, like, you see him do it a few times to spy, which was perfect for his name because he goes up and, like, latches onto a wall where there's other, like, circular shapes and then just pops up his little head and watches from there because nobody will notice another little piece of metal up on a big metal wall.
Yeah.
Like, he's
and I
pretty
love
great.
He talks so much shit about almost everything.
Yeah.
Like when there's one of the Imperial Viper droids, he's all, stupid droid. Look at that junk droid. Stupid. And when somebody's father-son moment's happening later, and he's all,
yeah. Yeah, it's when Lawson and Riley are on that little skiff at the end, and they're like having their heart-to-heart, and he just makes puking noises. I'm like,
That's
droids
so
can't
good,
puke.
And he's like, do you mind? He's like, yeah, he's a good design, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not going to go through everything, but especially not through the action scenes. But this is worth watching for the action alone. There's
I agree.
good action in pretty much every episode. I think there's some where there's a lot more talking and not as much chases or fighting, but there's almost a chase scene in every episode, and there's a shootout in. If there's not a shootout, there's a lightsaber battle in at least every episode, except for, well, I guess the first one starts with a shootout because of the heist. So
yeah, and you get a bit of lightsabering.
yeah, and you don't. It's funny because there's not a lot of it early on because it's just Maul, and we have the Jedi and the Padawan, but they don't have their lightsabers with them because they're trying to hide out from Order 66.
Yeah, exactly. We don't see it for a while.
Yeah, but then like the last 3 episodes are just basically lightsaber duels.
Like if you aren't down for this animation, and I understand that, you can just put it on and just fucking play whatever you play on your phone, Fruit Ninja or something, and then put your phone down anytime there's a big action scene because it is worth watching these duels alone.
By the way, you just let any young listeners out there know that you're old.
Yeah, they knew that.
You said Fruit Ninja.
I was going to say Roblox, but I don't think it's on your phone. I think it's full of pedophiles.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Roblox. I know Roblox bad for some reason.
It's really easy to target under children, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So it's been flagged. It's like the number one thing that predators are known for using right now.
Oh, gross.
It's bad.
Then the second episode
But
opens.
it still makes money, so we'll keep it going.
The second episode opens with a big high-speed chase. Again, not something we see in Star Wars a lot. We see high-speed like starship chases.
Oh shit! I want to talk about how brutal this cartoon is too. It's delightfully brutal. In the first episode, when they're getting chased by the cops, the Mandalorians have these like razor wires going in between buildings.
I forgot about that.
And that car just gets fucking obliterated with a dude and a robot in it.
Yeah.
You know, we see some real deaths here.
I mean, big chase scene in one of the later episodes. The speeders are chasing all the heroes that are on like that stolen car.
Oh yeah.
And like they're jumping onto different level roadways and stuff. Some of the speeders jump down, and one of those dudes just smashes right into the side and flips over. And it's like, well, that guy's falling for a question mark amount of time.
Still. He's still falling.
Because I don't know anything about Janix, but it looks like a dirtier version of Coruscant.
Yeah, smaller, dirtier. It wishes it was Coruscant. You know, it's kind of like Tucson to Phoenix. Except we don't want to be Phoenix.
No, we don't. But yeah, I like that it's the second scene, the second episode just starts with another high-speed chase. And it's the reason I say you don't see it because it's a street chase.
Mm-hmm.
It's cars, basically. I mean, they're speeders because it's Star Wars, but it's like...
But they're not the ships that are like up in the... like.
Yeah, there's
they're
no ships.
hovering. There's
no Imperial speeder bikes. There's none of that stuff. It's just like a fucking high-speed car chase.
An underlining thing that we're going to learn is a majority of people here want the Empire to stay away.
Yeah.
Because it's now known, like, the Empire comes and they do not leave. They're looking for reasons to just subjugate planets. So as soon as it's like, whether it's Maul or not, because I don't think at this point they know it's Maul. Maybe Lawson does, because we get the lightsaber.
But he doesn't know who
burns.
Darth Maul is. They end up finding him on like CCTV footage.
Well, no, it was the robot's head. It had an image of Maul, and it's just him hooded. But you're right; they don't know who it is. They just know it's a bad dude, and they should have called the Empire right away. But everyone's just like, no, because they're gonna never leave. They're gonna find some resource we have and exploit it.
Daki ends up seeing Maul. Like he stops this chase and confronts Maul right here, and then Maul, knowing that he's a Jedi, is like, "Well, I'm going to use your Jedi-ness against you," because he just pulls down this whole walkway full of people because he knows the Jedi's going to have to go save the people. We've seen it a bunch of times. You got to save the innocent people and let the bad guy go.
Finger quote weakness.
Although, I mean, like, I get the concept, but I've probably said this before, but it's like, okay, well, yeah, sure, those 40 people might die, but you let him go, hundreds more or thousands more are going to die. So if you just chase him and stop him...
Got to try and save the ones you can.
Yeah.
Every time you can. Every time.
You can't minority report it and stop future crimes.
We don't trade lives here.
Yeah, they're probably douchebags.
But I agree. I mean...
But then you don't have a show, so...
Exactly.
So his whole idea here is to get Devon, he's telling Rook Cast about it, to get Devon, mold her into a weapon to help against Sidious. So he doesn't actually give a shit about having an apprentice that he can, like, train and actually be there for him and whatever. He just wants somebody he can throw at the Emperor.
He's doing what he knows, what he was taught.
And we meet Riley, who is Lawson's son. And, of course, it's Star Wars, so it's Rylee.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
And
Riley.
This kid is on a show that Whitney was watching a bunch of, the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Atlantis or whatever. What's the show called?
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief or something.
Yeah, it's the TV show, though, not the movie.
Oh, then I wouldn't know.
I guess it's this kid named Charlie Bushnell, and I guess he's like a bad guy on that. But of course, it's your typical like cop thing. Like they're injecting our normal movie tropes into Star Wars as usual because it's like, you know, mom is gone, single dad, he's never around for his kid. We even find out his kid plays some kind of sport that looks a lot like polo,
looks like
but isn't.
Highlight.
Not polo. Yeah, I was like, what's the one with the Scoopy throwers?
Highlight. I have the name just because I do want to bring it up.
I do have it written down later when he says it to Devon.
Bodakeen.
Okay.
The reason I bring it up is because it's such a throwaway prop in the Phantom Menace when they're going through Anakin's room before he gets taken away and freed as a slave. Yippee! And it's one of these little the highlight launcher things, but spray painted silver hanging in his room.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody was just like, we need other stuff, so just spray paint this and hang it. It's cool looking. And then, of course, Filoni's like, I remember when they were hanging that, and I thought, what if they had a sport around it?
What if I invent a sport?
I mean, you'd be a sport.
But like, yeah, he's a big star in that game, and even when Dad comes to see his game and then has to leave because of cop stuff, and he misses his big point or whatever, and it's all that like typical, you know, cop stuff. Welcome back to cop stuff.
Welcome back to cop stuff in space.
Oh, they do say it in the show about Maul, because I have it here in my notes. So they talk about how he merged the Pikes, Crimson Dawn, and Black Sun and formed the Shadow Collective. And I guess these like 8 people he has with him are the last of his big coup that he had there. Oh, and I really like too, there's Maul, they have Vario, like they got him out of the prison. And he wants him to help set up a guy named Krim. And he's threatening Vario by like force levitating this pallet of credits over his head.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna help me or I'll just stop floating this.
He's gonna get killed by the thing that he loves the most. Money.
And then the Shadow Collective starts robbing the Pikes so that he can get their attention.
And the whole time they have Maul has Devon in like a bank vault.
Yeah.
And she's like, let me go. And he's like, you're free to leave. And I love what he's doing here. And she's like, no, I'm your captive. He's like, if that's what you think, you're just even more indoctrinated than I thought. You know, like kind of, you have the power to get out of here, so fucking do it.
Oh, yeah, because it's right here when they're off doing the robbery, she figures out she could just push the entire like vault away from the wall and just walk out of the back.
Yep.
And like and Vario is in the other cell like, hey, do that for me. Let me out. And
how'd you do that?
Go fuck yourself. How about that? You weird little dude.
Ah, we don't height shame. You weird little dude.
I mean, I'd call him a weird little dude even if he was tall. He has weird little dude vibes.
Yeah, he's got little dude energy.
But like she gets out and of course runs into Maul, and he's just like sitting there cross-legged waiting for her kind of thing.
What is this? It's tea. Have some. It's delightful. Joy. The thought of Darth Maul having tea.
And like he's talking to her, he's doing his Sith thing, he's like, "Oh, we're much the same, Darth Sidious killed my family and took my life away and blah blah blah." And then she takes his lightsaber to fight, and he's just like, "Okay, we'll do that. You're not gonna like it." Like, because he's still got the dual-sided that splits off, so she takes one.
Even before that, he shuts all the lights down, and he's just fucking taunting her from the shadows, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of doing that, like, have you ever had a Jedi Hunter come after you? You're not ready.
Yeah, that's basically this whole third episode is like we see the other stuff that's going on with Lawson, and the rest of it is just Devon walking around in the dark with Maul saying creepy stuff to her from the shadows.
Yeah, he's playing the game.
Yeah.
And I like seeing him, centered and calm. Like, he still does turn on the Maul aspect of it. But like here and for a lot of this other one, he's doing that hand behind the back, just like he is more than just the weapon we saw in episode 1.
Yeah, this whole fight that they have, so the other big thing, by the way, he's using to manipulate her besides the Jedi Hunters and the fear of the Empire and stuff is, don't you wish you could fulfill the destiny you trained for and never got to fulfill? So like he's trying all the angles of like personal pride and everything like that. Of course, he finds his thing at the end, which, I mean, you see coming the whole time, which is like Dacky has to die so that she'll turn.
I thought Dacky was gonna die from an Inquisitor, and then she's like, "All right, now you got to help me avenge him or whatever." But it's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, dude, that last thing was like, I was like, all right, I see where we're going. This is fucking crazy.
We're adulting.
It also helped me. I mean, we could talk about it, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Darth Vader shows up at the end of the 9th episode.
Chef's kiss, dude.
It's such a good reveal too, because it's like the Rook cast comes out of the jungle, and she's like, "There's something out there," and then just gets fucking horror movie yanked into the fog, and then it's just like the. And here he comes, like
it's we've always talked about Vader's Jasoning.
Yeah.
And this is some top-notch Jasoning. The only thing he needs to get better at is playing with the bodies.
It helps me figure out the time frame when Darth Vader shows up too, because nobody there knows who he is.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I mean, it makes sense that Maul wouldn't, but like, yeah, nobody knows who he is.
Sharks of the Corn? Virus shark? Cocaine shark? Sharktopus? Yeah, those are all real movies. Join me, Steve Coates, as each week I take a comedic look at the bizarre world of sharksploitation cinema on Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
Hey, mister, I got an extra $3. I was wondering if there's any way I can spend it.
Have you heard of Patreon?
Never heard of it. What is it?
You go to patreon.com/worstpeople, give me your $3, and you can listen to a bunch of stuff that's way too inappropriate for your age.
Oh, well, I'm actually pretty old. I just sound like this. It's like the Benjamin Button thing. But anyway, I was going to ask you, what if I got my mom to give me a couple more bucks and I could, give you more money?
Oh, that's even better. You can get ad-free with $5.
$5?
You also can get access to Latchkey Vids, our TV recap show of forgotten 90s garbage.
Oh my God, I don't even know what that is, but I'm excited for it.
You should be.
So $5 is all I need, and I get no more of these commercials?
No more commercials.
No more commercials.
Oh,
you get
boy.
to hear us talk about a singing cop show and more.
Well, golly gee willikers, Mr. and Miss. Thanks for all the information. I'm going to go see if I can find a mom to give me $5.
Let's go beat that kid up and take his $5.
Oh, no!
Yeah, like you mentioned, he's doing this calm fight with her. Like, they have this big lightsaber battle on the walkway.
She does better than I
His hand
thought.
never even leaves his back, though.
Yeah.
Like, he
But
big
he
dicks
does
her the whole time. He's just hand behind the back, like, yes, this is very tough for me.
So challenging. Look how scary you are with a lightsaber. Ooh, I'm shaking in my robotic boots. I don't think I know the other two Dathmirians. The Zebreks, the other two.
Oh.
The brothers. I don't think that they're from the original Clone Wars, but it's been so long. Like, maybe they were henchmen for somebody.
I ended up getting their names from subtitles. It's Icarus and Scorn.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps, but
dude, the Dathomir really know how to name their children. You got Maul, you got Savage Opress. Like this is great, dude. This is my son Plague.
that's actually what made me laugh too when he's having his hallucination later on and he sees his brother and stuff. And it's just like these little kids, and it's supposed to be this like really sad scene of him being taken away from his brother, but it's just like, oh no, Savage, and I'm like, that's Savage, you know that, right? Like,
Hey, you know who voices him, right? I've said it before.
I don't remember.
But it's Clancy Brown. So if he says it's pronounced Savage, you fucking listen, dude. Yeah, we'll have to do those, especially now that we've done this. We are going to need to just do the Maul episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels, I think.
I mean, we're not too far from being done, right? I mean, we got Ahsoka and then the last 3 movies, and then Ahsoka season 2 whenever it comes out.
And then Starfighter whenever that comes out.
Yeah. But as far as like the normally scheduled stuff, we're getting there. With every other week, it'll take a little bit longer, but still we're getting there. I do like, real quick, there's a thing where like when Lawson goes off to watch his kid's game because he's late and all that typical cop stuff, Two Boots and this blonde cop go off looking for pikes, and like they just start harassing this smuggler dude. And I had to mention it because he's just like, I don't know where they are. Like he sounds like Ray Romano.
I don't have any suits.
Okay, they're smuggling some stuff tomorrow out of the docks.
Hey, wait a minute. Your name is Two Boots, and you're a robot wearing boots. That's funny. That's comedy. Deborah, get my pen.
I get it.
I'm going to write this down on not paper.
I do like his little booties.
Oh, and Dacky goes to Lawson during the game and ends up talking to him. So he's kind of like, he still doesn't tell him that he's a Jedi, but.
Which, I mean, he saw him doing the hand, baby, do the hand thing. He saw him doing the bridge hand thing and was like, you all right, mister? Like, he just thought that he was having a upper two-handed stroke.
Right? Oh, yeah, when he was holding up the bridge, yeah.
Or he's just doing like a praise the Lord, doing like a fucking evangelist. I have exorcised the demons.
Speaking of him using Jedi force powers, it's not till later, but when they're at that girl Rena's casino or whatever, when they're escaping from there and they're in the subways and like the Empire has showed up, he does the mind trick on one of the guys. He's like, let me see your documents. And he's like, you already saw our documents. We're free to go. And they go to leave, and this other stormtrooper comes up and is like, the fuck you let them go? And he's like, well, because they're free to go. Hey!
So we've talked about it before. Like, I think that guy needed to be closer to get also mind tricked, and it didn't work. So he's like, I just watched you let that old dude walk by. Why?
You know how the Emperor feels about lizard people.
He does know. Everybody knows.
He puts it in his weekly blog.
There are lizard people trying to take over the galaxy. I don't mean that in some sort of InfoWars thing. I actually mean look at lizard people, Trandoshans, and the other like as well.
Instead of his fireside chats, he does like a, what is it? Not Skynet. What the fuck do they call their
HoloNet.
HoloNet cast?
Chat.
This is my weekly HoloNet chat. I don't think we should let lizard people move across planets.
There's rumors that the galaxy, the Empire, is building a giant space station. I just must tell you that couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, I'm afraid you'll find this podcast is quite operational.
And so Maul sends Vario to talk to these Pike guys. He's like, oh, here's some credits. It's restitution for the stuff you lost. I don't want to fuck up my business with you. And you think that Vario is betraying betraying Maul. But then Maul just comes out of this fucking ship and just fucking murks these dudes. And then you find out it's not even Maul. It's just one of the other Zabraks in a hood.
Yeah, because it's, what did you say his last name is? Vario?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vario ends up stunning him, and he's like, "You let the King Mayan, the sun god for the Mayans, know that I was the one that took down Maul. I did it."
Yeah, dude, that design is kind of silly, but only because like I don't mind all the like Mayan looking.
It's the
stuff.
sunglasses.
It's the sunglasses. It's
the
weird
Oakleys.
Matrix sunglasses. Like
it looks like some bro dude named Chad got drunk at a fucking museum for indigenous people and put on the sun god outfit. It was like, bro, dude, look at this. I'm on his throne. Check it out. Take my picture. It won't steal my soul. Don't have one. Woo.
But of course, Maul comes in all of his double-bladed glory, and fucking just murks these dudes.
I love. Sorry, I know we're not going to do like all the action, but I do want to mention because it's the Sun God Pike has one of the lightsabers, and Maul ignites it with the Force from across the room, and then does the spinning thing into him, and then pulls it into Maul. Like it is excellently done. I love it. It just sure, he's not that big bad on the grand scheme of Force users, but man, in the Shadow Collective, he is a fucking bulldozer.
Well, and I mean, doing stuff in like the crime world as a fairly well-trained Sith, that's puts you on another level. You might not be a big bad when it comes to all the other guys using lightsabers, but
you're the biggest fish in this pond.
Yeah, with a bunch of guys who can barely shoot lasers.
Ooh, the Pikes are using lasers that have purple bolts, which means nothing to anybody except for that they're very expensive and high end.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that like it's like a elemental thing? Like purple is poison, red is fire.
It's the gas that it's the gas that it uses to fire the bolt. Leaves different colors. And there's different uses. Like blue is does more damage to robots. Red is the most common because it's the cheapest.
Okay.
Mandalorians use yellow, and we don't know why.
Because they're cool.
Because there's probably a dangerous reason.
But like the Jedi end up giving Lawson information about where he can find Maul, and like Two Boots this whole time is like, well, I guess it's time to tell the Empire. And he like, I don't know why I did a C-3PO. It's fine.
I know why. He's a snarky droid.
And he like goes to do it, and this is where Lawson just switches him off. He's like, sorry, buddy, but no Empire.
This is where I get jealous, dude. I wish I had an off switch. Like just for falling asleep. Or when I'm annoying people, they would just turn me off, and then when I get turned back on, I'm like, I was doing it again, wasn't I? Was it the Irish accent for an hour and a half? Was that what did it? It was RFK talking about how to properly skin a shoe.
See, the thing is, you got to start with the tongue because that's the only body part a shoe has.
At some point, Vario goes to Lawson, and I think he is trying to betray Maul here because he's like, hey, I'll give you some information. Oh no. Lawson goes to investigate Maul and finds Vario. That's what it is.
Yes.
And then he's like, hey, if you just let me operate, I won't fuck with your city. And Lawson's just like, no, but I like it. Good try.
Yeah. Respect the effort.
And Devon and Decky go confront Maul and have a big fight while the cops show up and they're fighting the rest of the Shadow Collective. I like how every time there's a fight, there's somebody with lightsabers. They have to fight, and then the rest of the Shadow Collective just has to fight waves of goons that have blasters.
Even a point where I think it's the Inquisitors are fighting with, when they're trying to cross the acid, there's a point where like all the lightsaber people start going at it. Rook and her people kind of look around, and then the stormtroopers come in like, oh, there's our guys. Finally, we get to scrap. Like they almost waited for like, did somebody miss their mark? We're supposed to have shoe stings right now.
Well, I feel like they've been in a few fights with Maul, and they know if they start shooting into there, somehow somebody's going to deflect. It's going to make it worse for Maul.
Yes.
Yeah. One of those guys is going to deflect the laser right into Darth Maul.
Well, dude, they're moving so quick that I would end up shooting Maul, and then he would just snap me that look like, I'll jump into the acid river on my own. I'm sorry completely. I get it. I fucked up.
But of course, like Devon has to save Decky from getting killed, and then the Shadow Collective gets out of there, and Lawson catches them, but he lets them go before the other cops come in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the spy bot intercepts a transmission from the Empire, and he's like, "Bad shit's coming, boss."
I don't know how else to put this, man. Bad shit on the way.
And it's a great way to end this.
Did the
episode.
subtitles have everything that he was saying?
Most of it. A lot of it just said they used. I can't remember the first term, but they used 3 different terms for when he was just talking droid stuff.
Like garbled.
Like they said, like droid gibber. They said droid language, and at some point, I think they had like an official language name. It was like droid something, and it had like a capitalized letter, but I can't remember now because that was very early on.
Huh.
But all of his English stuff was in there.
Well, the reason I ask is because I didn't watch it with subtitles, and I didn't get 100% of what he was saying, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Because you pick up like I spy on you, kind of I see what you see, but the rest of it sometimes like
Yeah.
and it's fine. I don't.
A
I
lot
don't
of it
need to
is
know.
just him making noise. So,
All right.
but like it's a great way to end the episode. They're good at the end of the episode shots in this because like this fucking Star Destroyer just comes rolling in over town.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like this big shadow on the city and everything, and then just cut to credits. Like, well, that's not
I
good.
think we're fucked. Yeah, no, no. I just wanted to go back real quick. You are right. They ended on great fucking shots. There's one
Yeah.
where it's like just Maul's face, and it doesn't do a screen wipe. It does like a fade into just his two eyes, which is just a great scene. And then
Yeah.
credits. Like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, when we get the Darth Vader reveal, obviously that's the end of an episode, and like it shows his face, and then everything just lights up red.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't show him pull out his blade; everything just lights up
But
red.
you know what happened.
But the next one starts with a big show of force. It's the Empire's there. They lock down. There's no off-world travel. They're doing martial law. They're doing the whole Nazi thing. It's like stopping
Oh,
cars.
yeah.
Show me where are your papers?
Where
all
are your
that stuff.
papers?
Yeah.
I'm here to look at the tapestries.
I think it's the captain who says to Lawson, she's like, well, things could be worse. It's not like we're harboring Jedi. And he's just like,
Wish you would have said that.
And we get this guy, speaking of Nazis, Lieutenant Blake, the Imperial douchebag. I only say speaking of Nazis because he's literally blonde hair, blue-eyed, uniformed Imperial officer.
I mean, yeah, George Lucas made it political, so we can also do it.
I mean, I'm not equating it to anything in the modern world. I'm just saying Nazi.
I'm just saying, Pete Hegseth loves this guy
I mean, he's like a blonde Pete Hegseth. It's not a big deal.
with less douchey tattoos.
If
He's got the Emperor slam dunking a basketball tattooed on his back.
Look, the commentary will get heavier when they change the Imperial uniforms to all having red hats. All right.
It's like a red shirt, but except you're wetting them to die.
Rook is like, we got to get out of here before they lock everything down too much. But Maul, of course, is like, no, I've got to stay and get my little pink girl.
That's
So.
a weird way to say it. I get it, but a weird way to say it, Maul. You might want to go ahead and have a seat right here. We intercepted your hollow nets about trying to find your pink girl. Want to go ahead and have a seat right here and have some of that tea?
And like, this is the last we see of Chief Kleiss is her name. I didn't get it till here because
Yeah.
Blake takes her off for interrogation. And then when he comes out, he's like, yeah, she was transferred permanently
To a grave. We transferred her from the living to the dead world.
And like you said, this is a pretty brutal show. And like, I was like, okay, it is a cartoon. So it's like they want the kids to watch it, but also it's a little bit more adult version.
Uh-huh.
But like, we don't get it, I think, until the last episode or second to last. But one of the other cops finally tells Two Boots, because he's like, I'm going to talk to Chief Kleiss about this when she gets back. And
What don't you understand? Chief is dead.
she's dead, dude. Like, they're like, yes, they murdered her.
She didn't deserve to die, but she was bad at her job because when we're going to rewind just a little bit, I think it was last episode, when they have the two Jedis fighting Maul and the Inquisitors watching. Like, so it's when they go, Lawson's like, I need a strike team. We found Maul, yada, yada. And she's like, go ahead, get a strike team together. It doesn't go well until her and all her reinforcements show up. Send everybody at once?
Yeah.
We just send everybody. The Inquisitor, by the way, we know as Morok. I think I'm saying that right.
Okay. I was saying Merrick because they never say
Merrick.
it. They
Merrick.
never say it in the show.
Merok.
So.
Merok.
It's Marrok.
Merrick. I think I'll just say Merrick. I don't think we even hear it in Ahsoka. We just get the subtitles.
Okay.
So introduced in Ahsoka, and spoilers coming up for Ahsoka in 3, 2, 1. This guy ends up getting dispatched and just turning into like a green mist of Night Sister magic.
Okay.
So we don't know what's really going on in there. Like he gets cut down. It's all. Pff. So I was actually kind of hoping we would see something in this series. We don't. But how cool it would have been to have this person get cut down, and then Morgan Elsbeth or somebody else just comes out and it's like, Night Sister magic, you're alive again, but you work for me, zombie.
I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about this guy, but he's pretty cool. The design
Good design.
seems kind of weird for Star Wars, but like because it's more like a medieval like Black Knight kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it works because he's a big spooky bad guy.
Yeah. And also there's so many cultures in Star Wars that nobody even blink twice anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like, God, why is he wearing that suit of armor? It'd be like, oh, his species needs that to live, I'm sure. Or his religion makes him wear it, I'm sure. Here's this other Inquisitor that's a fucking hawk bone face. Not questioning that.
Lawson ends up getting interrogated a bit too. They don't show the interrogation, but he's not dead, but he looks very tired when he leaves.
Is it? Don't we see Merrick come up behind him like, tell me everything?
Yeah, well, that's where they like reveal him. He comes out of the shadows because they put him in this interrogation room with no lights, and then just out of the shadows behind him is this creepy Black Knight guy.
Oh, we saw him. Oh no, he's investigating after because he's like running his hand up and down all the carbon scoring and stuff. And I don't know if it's just him doing detective work or if he has the what is it called, psychotelemetry.
That's what I was
gift.
thinking because you mentioned that before, where like some Force users could like touch stuff and
Yeah.
Because at first I thought he was just like, oh, this is a lightsaber score, but he goes around and touches all of them.
It's the sound cues that make me think he's actually using the Force and not just like good detective work. Although it could be Batman.
I mean, if Batman,
It could be Batman because later he's on the fucking roof just Batmaning it up.
yeah, if Batman had psychotelemetry, he would really be the world's greatest detective. So
Batmaning is Eli Manning's really weird son.
So like Daki and Devon are talking though at one point, and she's like, you know that Maul, he's got some good ideas.
I'm just saying. Yeah, because she's frustrated her, and he notices, Deki notices. He's like, what's up, dude? She's like, is this our existence just to fucking hide? And he's like, whoa, that's your voice. Those are Maul's words. Easy now, little one.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, you gotta. Here's the problem with here's one of the problems with the fucking Jedi is like they're just so strict to their code. They're like, you gotta have faith, gotta have faith, gotta have faith. Sometimes you have to give her a fucking bone and explain, like, look, our plight is to survive, and that's it. So we can carry on. Like, we might never get to take down the Empire. And he even says it. He's like, tyranny always loses. So we just need to fucking wait it out and help usher it in. But you need to explain more.
There's a quick scene with Riley's mom, who we found out works for the Empire.
Oh, yeah.
And like he calls her and he's like, dude, Dad is missing. Like the Empire's here. Shit's going sideways. And she literally just gives him a just comply speech.
I was going to say very, very jackboot thug bootlicker type thing. She's like, just comply and tell your fucking dad to do the same. If the Empire's there, it's for a reason. Okay?
Yeah, they're definitely not there for bad reasons. That'd be crazy.
We've never done anything bad. Don't even look at the Gorman massacre. They started it.
Has that? Yeah, that happened because it's sometimes it's
That
hard to
kicks
keep
off-
track
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
storylines or time
Wait,
frames.
has that?
Yeah, because that. Well, maybe not because that's between
Maybe not.
that's Andor, so that's between 3 and 4.
This is in
this is
between
after
3 and
Darth
4.
Vader has become a guy. So yeah, this is between 3 and 4. So it's in that same time frame.
Yeah. Well, if the Gorman massacre hasn't happened, ignore the word massacre. Let's just call it the Gorman incident for now.
The Gorman conflict is what we like to call it.
Yeah, massacre's too strong. Get your PR guys on that. Incident. Oh, I love that.
Well, the very end of the episode is Lawson going home and finding out that Riley has the Jedi hiding in their apartment. That's
Yeah,
gonna
because
work out well.
they try a bunch of different stuff. Their plan is to get off world. Then they're like, can't do that. We need to go somewhere to hide. And she's like, we don't have connections, you know? And he's like, we just need one. Lawson.
Yeah. Yeah, we only need one person, and we'll just go to this cop who definitely wants us hiding in his apartment.
We'll just ruin these two people's lives. I mean, that's the other thing, man. You should have just been like, anybody that helps us is fucked. So we need to do this on our own or give ourselves in. They're fucking up other people's lives. Decky.
We see a thing of cast showing Maul that Merrick is at their hideout, so I'm assuming they just bug out from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because the next thing we see is like it's Lawson, it's Daki officially introducing himself to Lawson, telling him why they're there, telling him about that they're Jedis and all that stuff. That's where we learn about the Bodekin game, because like Riley looks like he has a crush on Devon, because they're like, go to your room while the big people talk. So he takes her into his room, and then he's like rushing around trying to clean up. He's like, oh, sorry, there's a mess. Like, don't ignore that crusty sock.
Ew. She doesn't even know. Like, she's like, oh, cool bedroom. I've just kind of always lived on dirt temples or in a sewer, so this is quite excellent.
Yeah. She's like, this doesn't seem too dirty to me, dude. I've literally lived in dirt.
You see my living situation? Me and old lizard man live in the sewer.
I'm basically a Ninja Turtle at this point.
Without the pizza. So some of the worst parts of the Ninja Turtles.
No, yeah, she tried to steal a grapefruit and nearly got killed at the beginning of the show. So
Yeah. Sans pizza.
But I'm assuming either they bugged out of the place and Merrick couldn't find them, or Cast was showing Maul old footage, because like as they're all talking in the apartment, fucking Merrick comes and just cuts into the apartment. Like, he just cuts right through this door and they bust in, and the Jedi have to try to fight him off while they escape.
I think they released Lawson on purpose, just follow him, dude. See what happens. And then when Merrick followed him, he's like, I can feel, because he can sense at least Devon, because she can't mask herself.
But like, they get into a big fight. Lawson and Riley escape through the fire escape, and then like basically the apartment just gets burned down. So I'm assuming a bunch of other people's homes got burned down too.
Everything connected.
But it doesn't matter, because they escape to the rooftop, and like you have these Empire like troop carrier battleship things coming in, just blasting this fucking building. So
Oh yeah.
you know,
These are the is it the Lat? We see these in the original trilogy. Original prequel trilogy.
Yeah, the prequels. Yeah, because they're like troop drop ships, but also have a bunch of weapons.
Uh-huh.
But Devon ends up stealing one of them. It's pretty cool, because she like all of them. Everybody's off except the pilot, and she like jumps up onto the front of it, and like force pushes this guy back and like knocks him out, and then yanks him out of the cockpit and takes over.
This is one of a few times that a pilot just leaves his people there. There's another one, I think it's later when they're fighting the Shadow Collective, and the fucking Zabrak that has the Gatling gun is just starting lighting people up, and the fucking pilot's like, bye, and there's still like 6 stormtroopers there fighting for their life, and he's like, nope, and then he gets fucking shot up brutally.
I noticed that all the 2 Zabraks, they only use heavy weaponry.
Uh-huh.
Like, the one is always using a fucking Gatling gun, like a minigun, and the other guy's just running around with a rocket launcher. So if he's not punching you, he's shooting rockets at you.
He does later get the dual pistols, which is cool.
Oh, I guess he is using pistols at one point, yeah.
But yeah, you don't know, they're the heavy boys.
Yeah, so they get away in that ship. Of course, there's a big air chase, and there's a crash landing, and like Riley at this point is learning some hard truths about the Empire between his mom's just comply speech and then watching his dad, who's like a captain of the police, shooting at Imperial officers while they're chasing them. He's like,
why are they after us, Dad? And he's like,
Yeah.
they are not what we think they are, son. Or at least what you think.
I do like too, as a cut to the precinct, and Two Boots is there talking to this other cop, and he's like, I know that Lawson will be mad at me for calling the Empire, but maybe he'll be pleased. He'll learn that it's good. He'll be pleased the Empire's here. And then bloop, 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 all the computers pop up. Wanted, Captain Lawson.
I don't think he's going to forgive you. I'll be real honest.
So he ends up going to this underground contact of his, who I ended up finding out was Rena Soul. I forgot to look up who played her.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the race either.
She kind of looks like, it's not a Star Wars race. It's the
it's the Promethean or
the blue people from
Mass Effect.
Yeah, because it's like she's got like purple skin, but it's got like the like kind of discoloration spots and stuff. Like the girl on there that's on your team.
That's exactly what I thought too. She's a shadow broker.
I thought it was gonna come to something, but there's like this green weasel lady that's there, and like she kind of eyeballs them going out to like.
I think
chat.
she ratted him out.
Okay. Oh, maybe that's how they end up finding Rena later on.
That's how I took it. Is she
Okay.
ratted him out. She was like, "Hey, I just saw the people you're looking for come in here and go to the boss's office."
And like apparently Rena and Lawson had some stories in their past, because he's like, "Oh yeah, she used to be a bounty hunter. We've done some stuff together." It's like before he was a cop, he was a fucking murdering bounty hunter, and he was banging this blue lady.
This is the reason me and your mom are divorced. Look at her. She's stunning.
A bunch of Imperials get to the casino, so she's like, don't worry about this. I'll take care of this. It won't be messy at all. And she goes out there and just immediately punches this dude in the fucking face.
We'll get in the elevator.
Yeah. You can use the elevator if it gets messy. Let's go ahead and just go there.
We should just stand in the elevator now, guys.
So Riley and Devon go down first. Lawson and Decky stay back to fight off these Imperials because they find the secret place. But of course, Merrick is in the parking garage waiting for them.
He sensed it.
So he corners them by this like freight train area.
Yeah.
And they end up jumping off on the train, and of course we have to have a fucking awesome lightsaber duel across the train cars.
I'm glad we do.
Yeah.
It's awesome. She's starting to get better and better, by the way.
Well, she's getting real world practice, not just against those little floating balls.
Exactly.
And I love, it's a really cool reveal because like we saw at one point that Maul was like, I'm going to go find Devon. But like Merrick has her cornered and he's like, where's Maul? And then it's just, I'm right here. And he jumps off the top of the fucking train.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to be right there. I'm sorry. Can we do this again? Second take?
So yeah, there's another fight.
Oh yeah, because Rook really wants him to. She's like, we gotta fucking leave. He's like, no, the apprentice. That's the whole thing. Is the apprentice.
Yeah,
You know,
she says later on too. She's like, this apprentice is clouding your judgment and fucking everything up, dude. Like,
Yeah. And maybe it is, but it's also just he knows he cannot take on Sidious
yeah,
on his own. He just can't.
yeah. Well, I mean, you said he killed his brother.
Yeah, but Savage was new. Like he didn't really have the Force, except for the Night Sisters gave him Night Sister magic. So
Okay.
I think that's his thinking. Is like, okay, we tried shortcuts. Now I need to find somebody who's powerful but young enough for me to mold, and maybe in 20 years we go after the Emperor or whatever amount of training he thinks she needs. They're doing some good little back and forth combos. The only reason it comes to anything is because he now has a connection to her. He can send her, Force emails and whatnot now.
Yeah.
They could do Force time.
She ends up Force time.
It's like FaceTime, but
She
with
ends
the
up
Force.
cutting the connector on the train cars, and they leave Merrick in the dust.
We should have done this earlier.
I mean, they show when they're jumping across the train cars, they show a close up of the connectors. I'm like, cut it.
Yeah.
Quit running and cut.
Cut the fucking coupling.
Although, I mean, we see them jump over the acid pool later. He could have easily jumped over to the other train.
Oh, very true.
I think at this
Very
point,
true.
he's like, I'll let them go. They're fucked. Like,
There's two of them now. So, gonna have to call for backup. And that's where we get the fucking bone face.
and I'm not sure what happens here because that's the end of that episode. And we go to the next one, and it's just Maul, Riley, and Devon now walking through the train tunnels. I don't know why they aren't on the train anymore. I guess they just needed to find another way. They don't want to go wherever this train's going.
Train did a little switch track and they went the other way. But the bone face, I was gonna talk about. What would you say it was the 11th brother?
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about him, but I really want you to experience Tales of the Jedi Ahsoka episode. They're so quick that it'd be worth me not spoiling.
Okay.
So that goes for everybody out there.
Yeah, obviously I don't know anything about him, but he's, other than that,
Fucking
he's
cool ass
spooky.
design.
Yeah.
It's this very large bird skull, like very Tony Hawk, and then just red eyes and the whole black hooded figure. Very cool design. Like this is the scarier of the two, the scariest of the two of all the Inquisitors. These two,
Okay.
like in my opinion, the rest. You saw Kenobi. The rest are just kind of like meh.
Yeah, with like Heckraiser being
Yeah,
the Grand Inquisitor.
That's right, Heckraiser. Here to raise some heck.
But like he tells the kids like, "Hey, I've got a ship that can get us off world, so let's work together," and because they don't want to get the fuck out of there, so they're like, "I guess we can help this spooky dude."
Because they can't get to Maul's ship. Is that Maul can't get to his own ship? He's like, we need a way through this blockade. Maybe Lawson has one,
Yeah.
and Lawson does. And no one really trusts anybody at this point. Like all of Maul's people are just fucking watching Lawson and all these other goodies. you know. And then you got fucking Lawson and his people just staring down. They're like, Maul's never gonna let us leave.
Yeah, because they all end up meeting up because like he takes the kids back to his hideout. They make a break for it. Of course, he stops them, and like
Did we miss that Riley got taken?
He hasn't gotten taken yet. I don't.
Okay.
think.
Okay.
That's coming up right now because they make a break for it. Devon and Maul have a fight, and that's when the probe droid, the junk droid, as the little guy calls him, spots them. So then they send in Imperials. There's another huge fucking fight, and yeah, Riley gets taken there.
That's right.
Devon gets away because she jumped on the ship to try to get to Riley and ended up falling off. So she's away from the battle. So she gets out of there and ends up running into Daki and Lawson in the tunnels. And then they take off to go try to rescue Riley and get the fuck off Janix on their own.
Yeah, that's right.
There is a whole thing with Two Boots trying to help Riley because he's like, no, you can't take this guy prisoner. He's a friend of the family kind of thing. And
yeah,
that Imperial guy is just like, no one gives a shit, and if you don't stop talking, I'll wipe your memory. So he's like,
also those aren't regulation. Take your boots off.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that's a couple funny things because people later on are like, oh, hey, Two Boots. He's like, I'm surprised you recognize me. I don't have my boots.
Not all robots look alike, buddy.
It's like there's this whole thing where Lawson keeps trying to call Two Boots, who is now also realizing the Empire is not what they say they are.
Because
he's hiding the comm because he doesn't want to talk in front of Blake.
It's when he finds out that the chief got killed. He's like, no, that's not what should have happened. She should have been put on trial and transferred there and then done this and this. It's like, they're not doing the due process anymore. And that's when he's like, oh, does not compute.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about regulations. We do end up seeing too that some of the Mandalorians, the mercenary ones presumably, are kind of getting fed up with all this because they're like, dude, we've got to get the fuck out of here. And even when they go to try to escape, they're carrying big boxes full of credits, and Cast is like, you can't bring those. Like, it's going to slow
you down. What I do with my share is my own business.
And that's again where she's talking about how Devon is the problem. They need to just leave her and get out of there, but Maul doesn't want to leave her. And they end up getting ambushed by some Imperials as they're trying to leave the city to get out to the forest, which is, I guess, is where their ship probably is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we meet the 11th brother, because then you get two Inquisitors getting off the ship and like stopping their escape. And like I said, this like you're finally seeing the spinny blade be used like for something in battle, not just to look stupid.
Yeah.
Like
I still don't like it, but
no, but Maul is it's for a less talented fighter, like you said before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we talked about it back on Obi-Wan, because Maul has his dual-sided blade and he's spinning it like a sword.
Yeah.
These guys are doing the same movements, but they have the little robotic thing to assist them with it.
I just still don't like it, but that's okay. It's not going anywhere, so I'm getting used to it.
But they get out to the ship, which is one of these gauntlet ships that we've seen on Mandalorian.
A little bit different though. Like this is like, it looks like an older one or maybe a different clan one. Like it is a gauntlet style ship with the wings that come up and you land on, yada yada, but it's just a little bit different. It's a big flat stubby nose instead of that pointed one.
Yeah, it looks a little bulkier.
Yeah.
But like while they're fighting these stormtroopers who tried to stop them, the disgruntled Mandalorians are like, fuck this. They jump on the ship and like they're leaving, and he calls Rook and he's like, hey, fuck you, we're out. And then here comes these two ships over the ridge and there's already missiles flying at them.
No.
Like, well,
yeah, don't talk shit until you break atmosphere, homie.
Then Maul has to fight the Inquisitors, and his robot leg got damaged at some point, or one of his robot legs.
A couple different times. Like Merrick had, I think, kicked it a couple times in the original fight, because you see one of the Zabrak brothers working on it.
Yeah,
you know, like, but it just seems like you're just kind of kit bashing it. You're jerry rigging it,
and like it's but fucking with him while he's trying to fight these dudes. So like he fell off the walkway, and they're down in this like cave fighting.
Yeah.
So from the walkway, all you can see is this whole cave thing glowing red, because everybody's got red lightsabers. There's 6 of them down there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just bright ass glow.
But one of the Zabraks, who is Scorn,
the heavy gunner.
Yeah, he heads down there to try to help. He does save Maul from getting killed by the 11th brother, but immediately gets fucking murdered and thrown out of this cave.
And the other, the skinnier brother,
Icarus.
I would put money down that is voiced by Sam Witwer. If not, it's at least this line. Because when he yells, brother, it's exactly how Maul yells Kenobi, how Witwer does.
Okay.
So
it might be because I didn't look at all the stuff, but he voiced multiple things in this series alone.
And yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just have your talent do, how many voices can I pay? I'm paying you for time.
Yeah. He does all of his Maul lines, and they're like, okay, now can you just yell brother?
He voiced a stormtrooper in a couple different things, Rogue One being one of them, I think we talked about. But yeah, anyway, it's something that I noticed when I was watching. I was like, that sounded exactly like Sam Witwer.
I like the way this one ends because he like puts his hands up like he's going to surrender. And they're like, you can't surrender. The Emperor wants you dead. And he's like, yeah, likewise. And then just pulls down the whole fucking cave on these dudes.
Fucking awesome. I was wondering what his play is. I'm like, he's not surrendering. But there's just no way.
Yeah. So like he escapes from there. Of course, the Inquisitors live. And the Shadow Collective guys, whoever's left, the very few of them that are left, there's like 4 Mandalorians and Icarus.
1 Dathmerian. Yeah. Icarus.
They get out of there and they're like, we're just going to try to sneak away from the Empire and hope Maul finds us, but we won't leave without him. Kind of thing. And then this episode, Maul basically spends, this is what I was talking about, like hallucinating. He's underneath the city. His leg is totally fucked. He's having all these like visions of all the stuff that happened to him in the past cartoons.
Yeah. And we see he wasn't, because we know a bit that he was stolen apparently, because it was supposed to be, what's her name? Mama Talzin or Mother Talzin. It was supposed to be like, that's his mom. She's the clan leader, but specifically his mother. And then Sidious sensed out the power and stole him and raised him. Not ever. We know that Sidious didn't believe in the rule of 2. He believed in just him ruling. But he also even just was like, this is my weapon. Darth Maul is a fucking knife, that I'm going to. I think he was at that point. No, Plagueis knew about him. He got the okay from Plagueis to raise he's like, it's not your princess, it's just your Sith assassin, so go ahead.
Like the way you said that, he's just his weapon. It's just made me think of, because that's exactly what he said, what Maul says about Devon. So it's the whole like cycle of abuse thing, right? He was kidnapped and raised as a weapon, so now he has to kidnap someone and raise them as a weapon.
Filoni recently had said, oh God, is it Prometheus in Greek mythology that like steals the fire and then has to push a boulder up a hill for eternity?
I think so.
It's so whichever, I think I'm mixing up. I think I'm combining 2 Greek mythologies, but whichever one it is that's destined to push the boulder up the hill and it falls down, you have to do it every day. That's what Filoni said Maul is.
Okay.
Like he's doomed to repeat these things over and over. Like he's always pushing a boulder up a fucking hill.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But like you said, cycle of abuse, man. Like this is how I learned, because he's getting shocked and whatnot. He's like, attack me, Sidious, dude. It's just like, weak. Blow. Lightning bolt.
Yeah, he's like tortured training, and he sees like the death of his brother, and like he kind of has to strengthen his resolve to keep pushing himself forward. And then he ends up getting back to his hideout there. We do see the 11th brother go in to interrogate Riley, so now he's nice and traumatized too.
Yep, never gonna sleep again. That's cool.
But Lawson gets a call from Rena, and she's like, hey, I've got a transport. It'll leave in about 2 hours. Nothing suspicious about this.
I love that it ends up being a sting, but they give him 2 hours.
Well, you don't want to be like, you have to be here right now. That's too suspicious.
I know,
right?
but just 45 minutes.
She does give Lawson like a code word warning. Like it must be someplace they were together. Yeah, the second time.
Yeah, the second time. Because he ends up getting his son out of the precinct with the help of Two Boots, because now Two Boots is in. He's like, Empire bad.
Because he talks to Two Boots, he's like, look, get Riley out and I'll go in instead. We'll trade. And then like when Two Boots very not convincingly sneaks Riley out, like he's like,
I'm just transporting this prisoner here. Nothing to see.
He's Han Solo dressed up like a stormtrooper trying to get Chewie into the detention level. Or you know what I mean?
Obi-Wan Kenobi trying to smuggle out Princess Leia under a trench coat.
Like he's just like, I am definitely transporting this prisoner.
That is still the stupidest part of Star Wars I think I've ever seen.
But like when he gets them out, he has to stun some troopers to get Riley out. And he's like, deal's off, by the way. I'm with you now.
Yeah, because he's like, all right, everyone, take Riley. And he's like, no, come with us. Like, nah, I made a deal. That deal is very off.
I shot some people.
There's people dead. I know it looked like a stunner, but it wasn't. That was live ammunition. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, they send Devon off to go find a car. And it's that we've seen it 100 times, but she finds this car. And there's some big hulking Cyclops dude who's working on it. And she's trying to talk to him.
Yeah, I didn't
and he
recognize
opens
the
car,
race.
And there's 2 other guys in there. And she's like, okay. And then just hard cut to her driving away playing techno while these dudes are just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they all jump into the ride and get out of there. Because, of course, the stormtroopers come out. But she runs them over with the techno car. And it's another big chase where I think Dacky is the one that's like, part of hiding is being inconspicuous. And she's like, yeah,
but
part of getting away is nitrous. Boop.
Yeah, and Lawson's like, good move, kid, but how you gonna outrun that? And it's one of these fucking LAAT, low altitude
asshole transporter.
It definitely is that. Oi, you need that asshole transported. How much does it weigh?
I do.
Don't weigh your butthole.
I like that the chase finishes because fucking Dacky lifts up one of these speeder bikes and just hucks it into one of these airships. Like he's like, "Fuck you guys!" Like with his force powers, obviously.
You could have done that from the beginning. So many chases ago, dude.
They get to Rena. The Jedi feel like it's a trap, so he calls her and she says, "This will get you to whatever planet." And he's like, "Got it. It must be where they met, or they had they
or a
got
planet you
fucked or
would never
something."
go
Like,
to.
yeah.
It's like, hey, Derrick, we're gonna meet in Yuma. You're like, Jack's compromised.
And that's when they reveal, douchebag lieutenant is there with the Inquisitors. But when they get into the elevator, they've cut their way out of the top and gotten out that way. And then Rena just turns around and blasts this ship.
Neither of these Inquisitors have a face that we can see, and they both look dumbfounded when they see an empty elevator. It's fucking great. Like how the hell they do that? It's like, oh, you can hear it.
I think Lieutenant Blake is gone at this point because she blows up this ship.
Lieutenant Blake is dead. And so
everybody
is she.
there is dead except for the 2 Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because they did the Force Baby Yoda thing.
And then they go and they hide out in Nico.
Quick, Merrick, do the hand thing.
They go hide out in Nico Demas's office because Vario's like, why would they look here? They'd look in my office. I killed this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
I love how
gets
he's getting a phone
from,
call.
From Dryden
they're,
Voss.
They're tracking us. It's encoded, bitch. Smuggler, hello.
So Maul ends up talking to Dryden Voss, and his whole thing is he's like, hey, heard you're having some trouble.
I thought this was super cool, by the way.
Which part? The whole thing?
Just Dryden Voss being in it.
Oh, okay. Because Dryden Voss, if I'm not mistaken, right? He's Paul Bettany from Solo.
Yeah. So this gives us a good
okay.
timeline because he dies at the end of the Solo. I mean, it gives us a timeline.
Yeah, I guess because it still just falls in between 3 and 4 somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody smarter than me knows exactly when it is BBY.
Well, so I looked it up online because the trivia said 1 year after Clone Wars. Obviously, there's not a lot of trivia because the show just came out. I looked it up online, and it's like there's nothing that says concrete, but it's suspected to be about 18 BBY.
Okay.
Which doesn't tell me a lot because I don't remember when everything falls into the BBY scale. So, what were they tracking their years as before Yavin happened?
I mean, they don't call it BBY. We do.
Hey, look, in 18 years, there's going to be a big battle. It's very important.
Oh, my God. I've never really thought about it, but they just have, what year is it? 45,738 year. We're not going to, break that up into 80 BC, anything.
But, Maul calls Dryden Voss, and he's like, I'll help you get out of there, but you've got to come. And, of course, Maul is suspicious because he's had dealings with Crimson Dawn, as we've heard. And they fucked him over.
They all betrayed him.
But he's like, yeah, well, speaking of betraying people, I'll help you if you help me kill Boss Man.
I didn't betray you. Big Boss Man did.
Yeah. Devon wakes up from a dream about Darth Maul or something, and Dacky's like, yeah, that's Force time. He
That's-
force
yeah,
timed
he
you.
force timed you. Did you hear like an alert while you were sleeping, like some sort of buzzing, vibrating, maybe?
So the two groups, the good guys.
This is
and
what I
the
was
Shadow
talking about
Collective.
earlier. I got the timeline mixed up. This is where like no one trusts anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, they all get together, and yeah, they're all eyeballing each other. It's like they're gonna kill us as soon as we get there, and Maul's like, "We're gonna kill them as soon as we get there."
Oh no, it's a Wookiee standoff.
But they have to have an alliance because Maul has access to his ship now, but he doesn't know how to get out of town, and he assumes Lawson knows a way, and he's like, "Yeah, we can go through this fuel depot, and it's over like a fissure.
It's built over a fissure, Stevens.
Yeah." This fight is fucking cool. They get to this fuel depot, and there's a bunch of Imperial troopers there, and they have an AT-AT, and like Spybot blocks all the comms, so Maul just goes out there and starts murking dudes. But when he goes up, he cuts through the leg of this AT-AT, and it's already like, well, that's not good. Like, I love.
Huh.
We've talked about it in Mando, I think it was.
Yeah.
Where like they kind of look. They have like human type of things.
Even Rogue One, when one of the big I think it's like the beach AT-AT thing, not the AT-SAT. But anyway, like it gets hit by a rocket and like has this like look back like, you motherfucker. Like the cockpit is a functional way of emoting a vehicle.
Because it like stops. It's like, I seem unbalanced. And then he
Oh,
just does this
bother.
thing where he flips up, and I'm assuming cuts through like the power, like the fuel cell or something on the back of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then this whole thing just fucking goes up, and he's like, well, we can go now.
Carry on. Oh man, I don't know if it's here later. Both she being Devon will do like her little force speed thing.
Oh,
right?
I didn't even catch it.
It's a force dash.
Okay.
What's phenomenal, speaking of Sam Witwer, they use the same exact sound effect that they use in The Force Unleashed.
Oh, really?
It's that, like, I can't even begin to do it, but somebody that's played that game, both of those games, a lot, I definitely noticed. And I was like, that's fucking cool. You have the sound. Well, I guess they didn't because that's a different company back then, but either way.
Well, they bought all the assets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put that sound in.
But like I love like after they get out and they go down through this fissure, they cover their tracks pretty well. But the Inquisitors show up and they can just smell Jedi, right? So like they walk in and they just immediately go
smell
over to the
Force.
vent and they just like right there, they're in that hole. Like
Oh, they're down this way. I've got a clue. Oh, I've got such a raging clue right now. Is your lightsaber igniting? My lightsaber's igniting so hard right now. We should follow your lightsaber. Oh.
they get stopped, of course, by a river of toxic waste, like we mentioned.
Uh-huh.
The Spybot goes out and gets this like little skiff that can carry them, but it doesn't work, so he's got to push it. Like it hovers, but it doesn't zoom.
Yes, it does. It has no propulsion.
Yeah. And so like they can only go across two at a time, and of course the Inquisitors show up. And I mean it's cool because Daki stops and turns around, and Maul comes over to him. And he's like, "Someone's coming." These dudes don't come out like the normal bad guy, like slow walk, like with the musical intro. They come running on the walls around this corner. Just fly out at these dudes.
Naruto style. Yeah, very cool. This is what I was talking about earlier, where like the Mandalorians are like, where's our people to fight?
Yeah.
These guys are just lightsabering. It's like we're not even oh, there they go. Here we go. Stormtroopers. Yay.
And this is where we get that scene I was talking about with that really cool. It's like I didn't pause it to look at it to see exactly what happened, but like Maul has his double-sided saber up. They both the Inquisitors have their spinny ones out, and then the two Jedi have theirs, and everybody hits each other.
So what it looks like is that the entire outside circle is red lightsabers and two blue ones sticking outward from the inside. Like that's a simplification of it, but it's just a very cool shape. And yeah, it's like hero pose. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Merrick ends up throwing his lightsaber and cutting Spybot in half. It's kind of sad.
Bye, boss.
Like, even though he's a bad droid and he's been a little douchebag, he's just like, "But master," and then falls into the shit and melts.
Maul's like, fuck you. Like, he gets a little anger out of this.
That's the only thing I've ever cared about.
I mean, he does show, like, he cares about a lot of these other people, too. Like, the Zabrak brothers.
Yeah.
You know, Cross. Like, he doesn't care about him in the sense that you and I care about people. But it's like, hey, we've been doing evil dealings for a while together. I got very close to you. And it makes sense. The Sith would be more emotional than the Jedi ever would.
Well, in this, speaking of the Zabraks, the Icarus, he takes a bunch of dudes out, and then he just grabs these like last two stormtroopers and just dives into the acid. Face
I love
first,
his
pulling
death,
them
dude.
in with him.
Because he's shooting up a bunch. He gets shot so much, and he finally pulls out these 3 daggers, throws those, and then just fucking gang tackles 3 people. We're just suiciding together.
And then so the skiff is now immobilized, but it's right in the center, which they could use their force powers to jump that far, I guess. So
so the ceiling was too low for them to do a full force jump was the issue.
Oh, okay. They said something about we couldn't make it. And I didn't really understand why.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a very long
jump,
distance,
too.
but it also the ceiling they have to. You can't go that high. There it is.
Yeah, they have to go up. They can't just go out.
Yeah.
But she leaps across and then she holds it up with her force powers. And then Daki comes across and Maul ends up facing the 2 Inquisitors alone. I love when he gets away, he jumps over and one of them throws a lightsaber at him and he deflects
Merrick,
this lightsaber mid leap.
Kicks it. He kicks the fucking middle hilt. I swear he does, man. That's a fucking banging move.
And then we have the foreboding line from Merrick. Inform him they're headed his way.
And for a second, I was like, "Ooh, are we gonna see the Grand Inquisitor?" Like, no, we're gonna see fucking Vader. This show is pulling out the stops.
Yeah, with Cast coming out of the fog and getting pulled back and all that.
Oh yeah,
big Darth Vader reveal, which I didn't. I mean, again, I don't know a lot about the cartoons and stuff, but I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I kind of figured they would. We've seen him in Rebels. I think when the jump ahead thing happens, maybe not, but when it came back for its final season. But either way, it's I just want to talk real quick about a move that's coming up where I think Maul and Devon at the same time do a force push on Vader. And he gets pushed back a little bit, but he just dissipates into the fog. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to fucking play? Push me into the fog."
He's got his lightsaber out. They push him in, and he just turns it off, so he just disappears again.
Like what? Oh, that backfired immensely. I am very terrified now.
Vader. So the next one starts with Vader just very calmly whooping everyone's ass.
Dude, he doesn't move faster than he needs to. He's got 1 blade versus 4 right now.
And I love Maul says something to him at one point. He's like, "What are you?" And I just want him to be like, "I'm the baby you failed to assassinate."
That's right. Remember when you tried to run me over in the desert? You didn't even know who I was. That's a meme that goes around Reddit all the time. Shout out to Darth Maul, who was trying to run this kid over before he even knew who he was. Because his mission was to kill Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
He just saw some little shit kid running through the desert. It was like, 5 points. 5 points for the bowl cut.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch going on here. This scene is mostly action, but there's some stuff that Devon ends up saving Maul from getting killed, and then they team up to pull these ruins down on top of Vader. Of course, that doesn't stop him. Dryden Voss shows up. Well, he calls Vario first. He's like, "Hey, we're almost there. You guys ready?" And he's like, "So there's some stuff going on." He's like, "I don't really care," and hangs up on him.
Yeah,
but there's a Vader. Okay.
I was trying to tell you about Vader.
And Daki can tell, he senses that Vader is a Sith Lord, but he doesn't. Again, nobody knows who he is.
Because there's a moment where
he's
it's when Vader disappears into the fog, and they're kind of regrouping for a little bit. And what is he? And he's like, "If my fears are correct, he's the Dark Lord of the Sith."
One of them's just like,
"Oh, but
I don't know.
what,
He
though?
smells kind of like singed flesh. I'm not," because he's still very fresh, right? So.
Yeah, he would be.
He would be.
Maybe he thinks he's like the Dark Lord of the Sith, because people don't know that Emperor Sidious, and Sidious is Emperor, not anybody besides Yoda.
Maul knows.
Maul knows, but Deki, the Jedi wouldn't. Deki and Devon wouldn't.
No, and he does tell. Maul tells Devon when they're down in these caves after they pull down the rocks, because they get separated when they do that.
Yeah,
and he tells her, because I think earlier he just said he was trained by a bad guy.
He does say, "My master betrayed me. My master."
Yeah, here he tells her it was Darth Sidious,
who orchestrated the whole thing so he could become the Emperor.
Yeah,
and now I kind of need your help fucking it up.
And he's still trying to push Devon because he's like, he knows how you think, so aggression's the only way you're going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, he's trained to kill you fucking Jedis.
Yeah. So Vader finds them, and he's fighting them. The Inquisitors show up, so Devon is fighting both Inquisitors by herself, and then Daki and Maul are fighting Darth Vader.
When Daki gives her his fucking lightsaber is so awesome.
Yeah, because she's about to get taken down, and he just hucks it in there, and she has 2 lightsabers for a second, and then tosses it back to him.
Then she does the Force dash.
It's a really fucking great lightsaber battle. Like, this is some really good top notch.
Oh yeah. In a
choreography.
show of really good lightsaber duels, these are like it's getting progressively better as this show went.
And also in here, we don't know what happens. Obviously, he lives because he's in the show later. But Daki just force pushes Merrick off one of these ledges, and he's out of the rest of the show.
I mean, maybe this is where he dies, and some Night Sister brings him back,
Yeah,
or he's just always been that Force fucking magic thing.
yeah. Because like you said, we don't know what's under the armor. He's just a green cloud.
Yeah, it's a fart cloud. I think it's Shin Hati that kills him.
Sounds like a name you made up.
It is. No. Her master's Balin Skull.
Oh,
It doesn't help. It sounds like just made up. Well, they are made up names, by the way.
well, all names are made up names.
That's right.
And then meanwhile, while all that Jedi and Sith stuff's going on, Lawson and the rest are trying to get to the ship or to the drop point, and they stumble on Darth Vader's ship, presumably the
That's
one
what
that
I'm
got him
thinking.
there.
It's a Lambda class shuttle because he's like, I think I see a ship up there. He's like, that's not ours. But the fucking stormtroopers have an E-Web turret set up,
Yeah,
which is Rambo 4, the back of a fucking Jeep 50 cal.
yeah. Well, it's the one they used in Obi-Wan. I mean, they've used it a few times. They used it in Obi-Wan, right, when he was trying to shoot into the place, the underground
bunker,
railroad
yeah.
thing.
And I
Yeah.
think we also see it in Mandalorian when they're trying to break up the. It's season 1 when they're like escaping through the sewers and shit.
And they're using the ship too. Like, so they start fighting these guys. They're trying to run. The ship goes up and just starts like doing aerial bombardments on everybody in the
yeah.
jungle.
What are we paying by the laser? Get these guys. Here's what you do. Do we know where Vader is? Yeah, he's way over there. Bomb everything else.
So they end up sending Vario out as a distraction because he's the littlest one and he's harder to hit. Also, no one likes him.
I love how he's like, all right, you can do this. You're not little. You're big and tall. You're a big, tall, shiny guy. Come on, big, tall, shiny guy. Let's do this.
Got to psych yourself up.
But it works.
Yeah, because he runs out and distracts them. Lawson and Two Boots take down a bunch of troopers and get the big gun, which Two Boots immediately uses to shoot down the shuttle.
Oh, yeah. He knows. He's the second most pro-murder robot. Well, now number 1, the junk droid is dead. Sad. Rest in pieces.
And you got, meanwhile, Maul and Daki are having to fight Vader again. Like, they just keep fighting and then running for their lives because they can't beat him.
Because it's all you can do. I mean, he is. We talked about fucking Maul being nonchalant by never moving his hand from his back. Vader isn't doing that, but he is just. I think he's having fun under that suit. You know, he's like, fucking hell, dude, this is living.
He doesn't say anything in this either. He just quietly bashes the fuck out of everybody.
It's the most Jasoning he's ever done.
But then Maul takes the chance to leave Daki behind, and he also gives Daki a little push toward Vader.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, you see it coming.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's looking back. He's over at Devon struggling. He's looking at Vader fucking up both of them. Vader was taking all 3 of them. So I think Maul's just like, out of my league, out of our league. But this is a good chance for me to get rid of this guy and use that to play on Devon's emotions.
Yeah, exactly. Because Devon looks up and sees Daki get killed by Vader. And she starts giving into her anger and fighting the 11th brother. She's like, when she's screaming, they do some like modulation on it too. Like she's getting demony.
Maybe she's force screaming.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Could be. It would be a dark side power only. There's no, there's no good version of force, like good light side version of screaming.
But he ends up getting the upper hand on her and knocking her lightsaber away. But Maul shows up and gives her one of his. So now they're teaming up against the 11th
Good thing I
brother
brought this
with
extra saber.
He's always got 2.
Yeah.
But so now
Well,
she even looks at it while they're fighting. She looks at the red saber and she's like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I love that they end with them. Like, it's just her with a red saber, Maul with a red blade. Like, yeah, we get it.
So Dryden Voss ends up showing up, but Riley and Two Boots are pinned down. So Lawson calls and gives his heartfelt, I'm so sorry for everything I've done, Riley. I'm sorry I wasn't there more. And he walks out there with the minigun and just gets Willem Dafoe'd.
Yeah, he gets platooned.
Middle of the jungle, hands in the air, being filled
Mist
with fucking
rolling through. Yep.
But it does give Riley and Two Boots a chance to get to the ship. Devon gets the upper hand against the 11th brother, but then Vader sneaks up and attacks her, and Maul they end up pulling the whole temple down on his head again, another temple.
This move seems to work for Maul a lot. Why not go to it, okay? Just never fight away from a temple.
And they do show him like dodging and pushing and lifting these rocks as they're falling on his head. So.
Just so you know he's going to be okay.
And he's like, we've got to get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, I have to kill him. And he's like, no, you can't. But I can train you, and then we can get your revenge.
Oh.
That's what we're doing. It's not my revenge. It's your revenge.
It's our revenge.
So they get off to the ship, and they escape. And Maul vows to her that he'll honor his end of the bargain, or he tells Dryden he'll honor his end of the bargain and kill this boss guy.
Which we know he does.
He does? Okay.
Well, we know he does because Dryden Voss is the head of Crimson.
Oh, that's right, because he's
Sun.
the head in Solo.
Yeah.
And then Devon agrees to get trained by Maul, and that's the end.
Yeah.
So we've got a pink Sith now.
So, and that's something I really like, was because as I was complaining about earlier, I don't like knowing what's going to happen to all these characters. She's a new IP. She has a blank check now. I mean, there's certain things she can't be involved in, obviously, but she can be around for in the shadows. Did you ever read, I think it's Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire?
No, I have it on my list of stuff, but I did not read it. Since it's a Legends thing,
Yeah.
I was reading some of the current stuff first. But.
So there's a character named Mara Jade. You've probably heard the name. She's the Emperor's Hand. She's like this Sith assassin that was there for all the big events, just out of fucking view. I think they ended up writing that she's in Jabba's palace in episode 6. Like they put her in one of the costumes. But pardon me, you could easily do that. This chick could be around for the prequel trilogy. I don't know the lifespan of Twi'leks. I feel like it's very human. But either way, you have now something new to play with. And I'm nervous that Filoni doesn't know how to do new play. But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, you knew Maul was going to make it to the end. I didn't know about anybody else. I mean, I knew Dryden Voss once they introduced him, but, I don't know these Inquisitors or anything.
We knew Daki was dead.
Yeah. Well, he had to die because,
Yeah.
unless they were, either way, he was going to die. But I was like, one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to end with her agreeing to be trained by Maul because Daki died, or Daki dies, she goes with Maul, sees he's a piece of shit, and then gets away from him at the end. But that's not the time frame of the story. So.
I would like to see her become Maul's dark apprentice, Sith, if you want to, and then break away from that. I love a mixed Sith Jedi kind of thing, redemption story, if you will. Like one of my favorite Jedis is Quinlan Voss because he ended up falling to the dark side and coming back. So I love things like that. It's that troubled soul kind of thing. There's so much you could do with her. I just hope they don't squander it.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't know, there's nothing else announced as far as like new animation coming up or anything.
Right. I actually thought we would get a big announcement on May 4th. There usually is, but oh well.
No, but they were announcing new Legos. That's pretty
If
cool.
only I had thousands of dollars. Legos are so expensive, man.
The one I saw, I sent you the one that was the N1 and the Darksaber.
Yeah.
And then I saw they announced the Lambda shuttle as well.
And also, why are you going to have me buy the N1 as soon as you're going to get rid of it in the movie? You're going to have
Yeah,
the
but it's
Razor
cool.
Crest back.
But it's
Yeah,
cool.
it is cool. At least I can get my Razor Crest fucking toys back out.
I mean, the stuff I saw comparing it to other ones that have been put out by Lego, they were like little tiny ones that were like an accessory to somebody.
Yeah.
So they were like little cheap ones. This one's all detailed and fucking crazy looking. It's only $250.
Oh, I'll just go to the bar for 3 days.
But yeah, that's the end of that. So we can do a lightsaber rating if you want to go in on that.
Yeah. I'm giving it a full 5. There's yeah, absolutely. There's nothing about it I would change except for maybe more of it. Even knowing who, for me at least, who had to survive, they did a good job. It didn't feel slow or dragging at any point. I was worried that it was going to be, no lightsaber duels. I don't care about this shit kid and Lawson. I did though. They told the story well enough that I was involved in everything. Sound design, phenomenal. Score, phenomenal. So, yeah, 5.
Yeah, I think I have to say 5 too, because again, like, everything you said, just echo that. Like, I didn't feel like there was anything missing, and a common complaint you hear when Dave Filoni is involved is that people feel like they're lost because they don't know all the cartoon stuff from the other stories.
Yeah.
Sure, there might, like the Inquisitors. I didn't know who they were. Didn't need to. They're Inquisitors. I saw Obi-Wan. I know what Inquisitors are.
Well, he says Jedi Hunter, so now you know what they do.
Exactly. They do a good job, I think, generally of covering those bases of like, here's stuff for people who've watched everything, but for the people who haven't, we'll throw in this one line and you can get it. And they're not spoon feeding it to you. He says it in a speech. He doesn't keep saying it over and over and over.
Best looking of all the animation, lightsaber design, very fucking cool.
Yeah, I really loved the animation. Like I said, the character design style is still the general Star Wars animation.
Yeah.
But the way they animated it and everything, it just looks so much better. I mean,
if this is the next evolution, I'm going to look forward to the next animation from Star Wars.
And I really, really liked Maul's design. I like the way that, I mean, it's on everything. Like we said, that kind of brush stroke looking thing.
But it's the most noticeable on him.
Yeah, especially on the black, which is the tattoo part, right? Because he's red and all the black is like tattoos. So it's kind of cool. It's like, it kind of gives this vibe of like, these are old tattoos now. You've got the spots that are getting a little bit more gray.
He's been through some shit.
Yeah.
He's had some scars, you know. You're going to lose some color on that tattoo.
Yeah. I would say 5 stars. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
Or 5 lightsabers.
5 sabers. 5 full fucking sabers. 5 with the Kylo Ren one because it's like an A+.
I like that. I had to think about his lightsaber for a second. I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He had the one everybody complained about.
Bullshit, dude. You want to see something fun? Because everyone's like, oh, it's useless. You'd hurt yourself. Ray Park, the guy that fucking played Darth Maul, somebody like threw him one and he did all his moves with it. And he's like, didn't touch me once with it. Like, you know, a master of weapons would know how to not stab themselves. Just imagine it's a sword with blades on it.
Yeah.
You know, like you just would know not to touch that part. So fuck off.
I would assume most knights weren't hitting themselves with their crossguards. That'd be a bad weapon handler. So.
that night's not going to last long. It's going to be a short night.
So as we're doing this is brand new. You know what else we have coming up next? More brand new stuff, guys. In 2 weeks, May 27th, which is the next episode, the next Wednesday, we'll be releasing an episode. We're going to be talking about the brand new Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So spoiler alert for that as well, because that'll only have been out for like 5 days.
It's going to be a shorter episode because, you know, we can't sit there and just take notes and we can't watch it more than once and go back and do stuff. So we're going to be at the mercy of our shit ass memories. We'll see what happens, but there will be spoilers. So my suggestion is get out sometime between May 22nd when it releases and May 27th when we release. Get out there and find a way to watch it if you're interested.
And if you're interested in Star Wars going back to theaters, you should get out there and see it anyway, because opening weekend is the most important.
I agree. I know a lot of people. My good friend Tim has hated every streaming show that Disney has put out that I can think of, except Andor. He's done. He has no interest when something comes on Disney Plus. He will be excited to see this, I'm betting.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's the big complaints people have of like, oh, it just looks like an extended episode or whatever. And I'm like, that's just because you know that these characters are from TV. Like, it's Serenity to Firefly kind of thing. You know, it's going to be the bigger budget, better looking version probably, because they're putting more money into it because they can focus it all into this one story. It's quote unquote low budget. It's only $150 million, but
I'm excited. I'm betting you I'm going to come out of the theater giving it 3.5 lightsabers, 3 and a Yoda. But that's not bad. That just means room for improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've avoided anything except for that first teaser trailer. I did see another trailer at the theater, but it was very close to that teaser. It just had, I think it had like one more scene kind of thing. It wasn't
It
much
has
more.
my favorite character from the Clone Wars cartoons, the bounty hunter Imbo.
Is that the big blue guy?
No, he's got like the Japanese kind of shogun hat.
Yeah, okay.
He's awesome. We will do a deep dive on him at some point, or at least his race. He's my favorite bounty hunter from the Clone Wars cartoon.
And then right after Mandalorian and Grogu, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled releases. We'll start talking about Ahsoka Season 1. Maybe the timing works out that Season 2 comes out right around the time we're wrapping that up.
Yeah, we'll see. We hope. Come on, Dave.
I mean, the most recent thing I saw said they still haven't given us a date, but it's confirmed for fall.
I was really hoping we would get an announcement on May the 4th, man.
Yeah, I don't know what fall means. It's, September, October, November. So
Yeah.
somewhere in there. And then also doing the cross promoting I've been trying to do between our two shows here. The next episode coming up for Bad Movies, Worst People on Monday. We're doing Mummy over there, where we're talking about mummy movies all month long. And the episode coming after this is, I believe, The Mummy 2017 with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's how you end a podcast. That's it.
Well, you know what Jack Burton says at a time like this? The check is in the mall. It's the gift that keeps giving, man.